What's up, ladies and gents? This is Mike Headley, host of the Headley Group Real Estate Show. The podcast was designed to show business professionals who happens to have a license to sell real estate how you can make money outside of just selling a piece of property. We are talking to entrepreneurs that's making things happen. Continue to tune in. Hey, ladies and gents, this is Mike Headley. We are back with another fabulous episode of the Headley Group Real Estate Show. I've always said that anytime we get somebody on the show, we really want to highlight them. And I always talk about how you meet your people, right? Met this brother right here at an InvestFest 2022, just a couple of weeks ago down in Atlanta. And when we hit it off, we started talking about real estate. He complimented me, he said, I like the logo of the shirt. We had good energy. Yeah. This brother's been in the game for 7 years doing his thing down the Tampa market. Crushing it, flipping houses. He's showing you he got the blueprint, he got the game plan. Let's give definitely a warm welcome to Chris Mills with Mills Estate LLC. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, brother. I appreciate you, man, having me on the show. Thank you.
Oh, man, brother, let me tell you something, man. We don't try to pick anybody. We try to pick people where as though they can give value, but also, I think, good energy, supported with, what you're talking about. People believe in what you have. So I picked up on that. That's why I said, let me get the brother on the show.
Nah, that's definitely a blessing. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, the energy was there for sure, man. When I
Definitely.
When I met you, it was like
exactly.
It was fire, yeah.
And real quick before we dive into it, what you think about InvestFest?
Man, InvestFest really, bro, was monumental. I mean, there's really no type words to put that to define what we really was experiencing and what we really was a part of. The only word I can think of, bro, to really match that is historic. Like, I feel like we was a part of history, Black history, specific. I've never seen so many Black people, 14,000 at an event. 14?
Oh, I thought it was 12. So it went higher than that.
Yeah, they capped it out in between 13 and 14,000
nice.
people, and they all there to not be entertained too much or not to really catch no concert or not to watch no football, basketball game. Everybody was there for financial freedom and to learn gems to build their business and build their community. You heard me? Build their relationships.
And and just speaking of that, like I said, I'm very transparent. I put it out there. First, I was a little hesitant in terms of with all the celebrity that was there, right? Because I was there last year, the first year, and clearly they had some, but nowhere near as the names they had. And I was thinking, I don't want it to become too celebrity where it takes away the context of why we really here. But actually, it was really, really good, right? The things that the celebrities were saying intertwined with the knowledge and information everybody was getting. So kudos to them brothers that earn your leisure.
It's funny because it's like them, they are the new celebrities. Not just earn your leisure, but anybody who comes under that umbrella. I think I was talking to you about it. Like I think of it as Bad Boy or Death Row, and then you got the young rappers. You got Wall Street Trapper, Tupac, right? You got
Ash Cash.
Ash Cash is Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so many. Yeah, you got so many people. Exactly. Now, long as they don't get the bad boy contracts, that's one thing. That's another subject.
I don't know nothing about the business, but it looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. But brother, so you chilling down in Tampa. Okay, so Chris, you 7 years you've been in the game, and I think originally you told me you was from Charlotte, and you were down to Tampa. What was that spark? What was it that said, I need to get in the house flipping business? Because everybody loves to hear what was it? We hear the glamour, but what was it that gave us that itch? Let me dive into this business.
Yeah. So basically, it's the other way around. I'm from Tampa.
Oh, okay. Correction. I'm sorry.
Born and raised, but yeah, I did move to Charlotte when I was 14. When I was 14, I moved to Charlotte. Went to high school out there because I was living with my grandparents in Tampa. I basically was kind of raised by my grandparents. My mom and dad, they was around, but they had when they broke up, they was doing their own thing with their other relationships and stuff.
Gotcha.
So I didn't be a part of that. I stayed in Tampa. Then ninth grade, I moved to Charlotte with my mom because I never really stayed with her too long that I could remember, and I wanted to have the experience of living with my mother. So 9th, 10th, 11th grade, I stayed there. Then 2008 happened, and my mom and them lost the house out there in Charlotte. So I had to come back to Tampa and spend my senior year in Tampa. But let me remind you, I had already built a little bit of friends and everything in Charlotte.
Okay. That was
so it
tough.
kind of was, it was rude. Yeah, it was rude to come back. So I came back and I went back to staying with my grandparents. And I was playing baseball in Charlotte. I played baseball since I was 6 years old.
Okay.
All the way through my life. And so when I came back my senior year, it was in the middle of baseball season. And I just didn't want to play no more. You know what I mean? At new school or whatever. So I decided to get a job at the mall. So I started working at the mall at 17. While I was going to school. When I grabbed me, and my dad told me, he said, Chris, bro, he said, don't get no job while you in high school. He said, if you get a job while you in high school, you're never gonna leave that job. And I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? I'm just doing it to get some bread real quick. I'm finna go to community college, all this. Yeah, I graduated high school. I probably spent a semester in community college, dropped out, and started working full time for 6 years.
Okay.
So in the middle of me working in the mall, you got to think those hours are weekends. We working 60 hours. You never get a weekend to yourself. And I'm starting to see those 6 years, bro. It felt like 1 year.
Okay.
And I was just like pissed off because I knew I was a smart dude and I had more to offer the world than what I was doing. Getting people fresh so they can go out to the club or go out to the Correct. I can't go. You know what I mean? Because I'm at work, you know? So that's what did it. It was like, man, and then I'm only making $9-10 an hour, just enough to, you know, pay my car note, pay my cell phone bill, maybe take the lady to Applebee's once or twice, but I'm getting cheated on by every girl because the dude, because I'm getting the dope boys fresh. She cheating on me with the dope boys. I'm getting this dude fresh. She cheating on me. It came to the point that's like, man, I got to do something with my life. Like, I can't just work a 9 to 5. I can't be this broke dude because now I'm 24 years old. Well, I'm 31 now, but at the time I'm 24 years old. I was just staying with my grandparents and was just only making like $9.50 an hour, bro. 24 years old. So right there is where it hit me that I need to do something. Now, I started getting in trouble from 19 through 24. I caught 3 charges, felonies, you know, selling weed and stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Every black man fall into that little trap. You know, the areas that we come up in,
correct,
it's hard to avoid it because that's what
very much so.
That's what the homies doing, you know what I mean? Your classmates, people you at work with, they coming in there and you can't avoid it. You really can't avoid it. You know what I mean? So I got in trouble and I started looking for another job other than working at the mall. And every time I would get a good job, when they go to the background check, they wouldn't hire me. I'm like, damn, what I'm gonna do? So my mom was telling me about real estate and I should look on YouTube and follow this guy. It was some white guy. His name was Phil Pustiowski. Then I found a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Robert Kiyosaki. That book really changed my mindset right there. So it made me like, instead of going out when I get off work on the weekends, I would stay home and I would watch YouTube and I would fill up these books. And I would fill up these spiral notebooks. So make a long story short, I found my mentor in 2016. I latched on to this man. He was an investor in Tampa. He was also a realtor. He had his mortgage broker license and he was a general aid contractor. And he had a property management. He basically had a one-stop shop of real estate. And his building was in downtown Tampa. It had 3 commercial units on the bottom for his businesses. And at the top, it had 9 apartments. So when I went to the guy's seminar, it was free. And I really liked it, what he was talking about. He was talking about everything I saw on YouTube, multifamily, how to buy properties using no money, how to flip houses, flip contracts, AKA wholesaling. You know what I mean? And I was really intrigued about it, bro. And I just really latched on to him. And I ended up, my grandparents passed away in 2014 and 15. And we were stuck, I was stuck with the mortgage. Or the house was getting foreclosed on. My mentor just so happened to be what they call a short sale expert. Right? Now, I don't know if you know about, you in real estate, you know about short sales.
I do.
I didn't know too much about short sales or what to do or this and that. I just heard a lot about wholesaling. Never heard about a short sale.
Okay.
we was upside down. I didn't know. We owed about 150,000 on my grandparents' house, little house in the hood, little townhouse. The house was only worth like 70, 80,000. So we was in what's called underwater or upside
Correct.
down.
Correct.
And we was 10 months behind. The sheriff was coming. You get what I'm saying?
Ready to do a lockout.
Yeah. And I felt like, man, God was putting me through this tough time where I'm like, I lost both my grandparents in the same year. I'm getting foreclosed on the house. No job will hire me. My record is killed. And I'm just learning about this real estate thing and got this guy who said he would teach classes for free and do all this mentorship stuff. And I basically latched on with him, bro. He helped me save my house from the foreclosure with the short sale thing, helped me get it back in my name. I ended up selling it to an investor, making 20 grand. And then ended up doing a lot of wholesale deals with this guy the whole year of 2016. Really moved in with him, not kind of like in his building.
Correct.
Yeah, in that 9-apartment building, he gave me an apartment for free. His name is Eddie Sorrellis.
Wow.
He gave me. He said, kid, look, I'm not gonna charge you, like these other gurus and stuff. He said I made $12 million in Tampa. I've been doing this for 30 years. I own multiple properties. I had 100 doors when I was 27. Can I teach you the real estate game? He said, hell yeah. The thing of it is, you're not open to receive it. And I didn't know what he was talking about. But I guess a lot of students came through his doors, this revolving door. When they say, when you don't pay attention. Everybody was leaving because they felt like they was working for this man for free. When I came in, I said, bro, I would literally be your shadow. You get what I'm saying? And I just stayed longer than everybody else. And I got my results. See, people don't stay and they don't want to be Mr. Miyagi. And that's how he taught me. Oh, you gonna paint these fences, you gonna wax the floors, you gonna clean the car. Like I'm doing stuff that doesn't tie into real estate to me. But actually, I was learning real estate. Little did I know, them little things I was doing, knocking on doors, setting appointments, doing research, making offers and doing mail outs and cold call. All the stuff I was doing was prepping me for real estate. And now I tell everybody this all the time, and that man changed my life, bro. That's the reason I'm even on this show today, or at Invest Fest or whatever, because 7 years ago, that man picked me up literally off the streets, man, and changed my life.
Well, something, brother. One, you said so much great nuggets there, and I want to unpack some of it. I like if you don't pay, you don't pay attention, right? I like the fact that he put you through the Mr. Miyagi, because when people are at that high level, they don't want you to waste their time, right? They want to make sure that how serious you are, and are you willing to stay committed to your commitments? Because he had to make sure you wasn't bullshit. So many words, right? So I'm going to put him through all of this. It's real estate, but it's not directly do this, you'll get these results. I want to see what you're able, and do you have the wherewithal to go through it? So kudos to that gentleman there, because again, people was coming and going, right? But nobody stayed around. But you stayed around. But again, you're the success story. And you know something, speaking of that, I think that's like that really with any industry. The ones who stay the course, develop the routine, stay consistent, is the ones who ultimately win, because I think we got this microwave society. I want it now. I want the results right now, particularly when this is in place and they see social media and they get influenced by it.
Yeah, because from the time I first heard about real estate was 2014 when I heard about it. YouTubing yourself to death and all of that. Then in 16 is when I found this man. I found him in 16, 6 months. I closed the first deal.
Nice.
Some people not willing to stay there for 6 months. You know what I mean? Well, they wasn't. Everybody was gone. I saw people leaving out the door like all the time. So yeah, you're right, bro. That's it.
So let's talk about that. Now we got the motivation behind it. So let's dive into that deal. And usually the first deal, but you had great leadership. But was that first deal, was it rocky? If you could walk us through, not too specific, but give us general points. Was it profitable? Was it rocky? And what did you learn from that one deal?
Yeah, so my first deal actually was a wholesale deal. It wasn't my grandma's house. My it's funny because the people I know didn't trust me with real estate first because they know me as like the little kid or
Correct.
you know what I mean?
Youth always plays a role, and when you're youthful, they're like, you don't know nothing.
Yeah, they're like, you don't know nothing. So my first deal was with a perfect stranger. You know, this person, their mom passed away, and I found them off of a list or whatever.
Okay.
No, bro, look, actually, my first deal was the easiest deal that I've ever seen. Like, I thought real estate was easy after that deal.
That's about that. Did you get spoiled off the first one?
Yeah, I got spoiled, real spoiled, because the guy, he only wanted $45,000, you know, on a 3-bed, 1-bath house in a okay neighborhood. You know, the house was probably worth 80, 70 at the time. And when he asked for the 45, I just took a little bit of what I learned from my mentor. Asked him if he'll do 40. He's like, no, meet me in the middle, 43.9. We signed a contract for 43.9. And then I took it back to my mentor and I'm like, what do I do now? He's like, man, market it. Put it on Facebook, put it on Craigslist, put it on this, put it on that. So I put it up there, took my pictures, put a little lockbox on there, came back to the office, put it all up on all the sites. I got a buyer in like a day. And then in 30 days later, bro, the title was clean. Everything was good to go. The buyer really had the money. It closed. I made $6,000 in 30 days. And there was no hiccups. There was no problems. Everything was just smooth as hell. I thought like I hit the lottery.
So let's dive into that. And I want to back it up. And again, I don't want to speak for you. You went on the contract for 43 and some change. So this was a wholesale deal, correct?
Wholesale deal.
And you added your cream on top, which is $6,000.
Correct.
And how did you come up with $6,000? You said the comps was 80. Why didn't you go say, I want 55? Like, or why didn't you add it more? 53. Added more, a couple 10,000 on top.
Yeah, just cause my mentor, he taught like, if you get a deal, give a deal. So he was saying like the seller doesn't know that you're not really buying the property. They don't know that you're signing the deal, and you don't want that to be a reason that they don't sign at closing. So he said, put it up for a price where it'll go fast and where a buyer would buy it, what's called sight unseen. That's when they don't need to physically see the property. They don't want to look at it. They see the numbers, they see the pictures, and they'll close basically virtually or remotely from anywhere in the country. So I just wanted to get it off fast, get my first taste of some money. I was the brokest kid that, ever.
Got you.
So I wasn't looking for 10, 12. It didn't matter. If I made $3,000, I'd have been happy. I made $6,000, and that really was life-changing for me.
Are you looking for a real estate brokerage to help you buy or sell your property? The Headley Group Realty is here to assist you with that process. We also hire brokers to join us and give them the best training and mentorship, leading to a great office atmosphere and an attractive commission structure. Our goal is to show homeownership at the highest professional level and empower the real estate business. If you're interested in buying or selling your property, visit www.theheadleygroup.com or call us at 336-904-6212.
Brother, you really gave me some good nuggets just now, right? I don't know if people really understood that. So let me do a quick recap. You said to yourself, hey, you got it from your mentor. Let's not be greedy on this one. Let's get this off our books. Because like you just said, a lot of times when people are paying some money, hey, let me get 2 or 3 days inspection period, due diligence period, where I need to come visit and look at it. But you said, I don't really have anything. I want to make something. Let me get this guy to buy it or lady to buy this unsight unseen without no additional contingencies. And that quote you just said, brother, get a deal, give a deal. Oh, I like that. I'm gonna steal that. That's a good one right there, brother. So now, okay, you got the deal. The first deal is happening. And if you mind us asking, thus far, it don't got to be an exact specific number. How many deals have you done thus far?
I don't know.
Oh man, just making that sound effect is a good thing.
I mean, you gotta think them first few years, you really hungry off the street.
On it.
There was no slowing down. Like I'm knocking on doors every day. I'm cold calling every day, all day, until I go to sleep, until the do not call list expire. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So my first 6 months, even though I only closed one deal, them first 6 months, I had 10 under contract from all the hustling. Nice. So five of them didn't close, but five did. 5 did. during them 6 months. And that's when I saw my first $35,000-$40,000. So I just kept that same energy. I don't want to really keep it track of how much,
correct.
But bro, next thing I know, I'm closing like every other day.
Nice.
I'm going to the closing table like all the time.
And these are all wholesale deals, right?
Mostly they all wholesale deals, and there was some short sales.
Okay, some short sales.
I was working both avenues.
Gotcha. And you also, like I said, from the bio, you do flips as well.
No, I don't like fixing flips.
Fixing flips, yes. You do flips. Oh, you don't do flips. Okay, gotcha. So just strictly wholesales.
Strict wholesale and short sales.
Wholesale and short sales. All right. So has there ever been, and again, you talked about the first deal was the best deal, but brother, I know we had some hell deals in there. Have you had some deals where you was just ready for this to be over with, or they got to the closing table and they said, nah, I don't want it no more, or near to the closing? Now,
both of those have happened, but okay. I'll talk about the most hell deal. The most hell deal was my personal house, my grandmother's house. While she was living and I was learning this stuff, like I said, my family didn't really trust me with their house, their mortgages and stuff like that.
Okay.
Telling her that we could beat up the bank and that we could get the house for less than what we owed. And she thought I was talking crazy.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But this is what I'm learning from Sorales. So when she passed away, before she passed away, my uncle, my grandma had 2 kids. She had my uncle and my dad. So my dad, he's not really too savvy when it comes to business and finances and stuff like that. My uncle is super savvy and super like organized, and he's just like a great leader. You know what I mean? So she came to him. Well, he came to her. She's on the hospice bed, and my uncle called me in. And he knows I'm like the only person staying with them. I watch over them. I was changing my grandma. Hospice wasn't even really coming like that. I was changing her. I'm doing the role technique. I'm the nurse. You get what I'm saying? So he came to me and was like, yo, Pooh, I know you did. That's my nickname. Yo, Pooh, I know you doing this real estate thing. I know you've been learning. You've been over there like 6 months, 7 months. Congratulations, you closed your first deal. Look, I know I'm inheriting the property, getting the property. He said, look, nephew, I don't want nothing to do with it. He's like, you take over. Wow. He said, I'm gonna have her quit claim the house into your name before she passed away, so you don't have to go through probate.
Nice.
Right?
Okay.
So then I'm like, okay, yeah, bet, let's do that. Now, when he quit claim that property into my name, yeah, I'm the owner now, but now I basically signed myself up to be in pre-foreclosure.
Okay, gotcha, exactly, because you're the owner. Correct.
Yeah, because now I'm the owner. I don't own the mortgage, but I'm on the debt.
Correct.
On the deed, right? So now it's like, okay, now I really got to trust this man and what he said to me. You know what I mean? So I came back to my mentor. I said, look, I'm on the deed now. We owe 130, whatever. Oh, it's only worth 70, 80. What do we do now? Now, let me remind you, they're sending letters every other
left and
week.
right. They want that money.
There's attorneys sending letters.
Correct.
Saying, you know what I mean? You get all the letters. So it's just scary. It's just the scariest time, bro.
Correct.
Let me remind you, I'm staying in the house or whatever, and there's rats in the house. Bro, I'm laying in the bed, bro. It's a rat coming through the vent.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean? So, this man put together an offer to the bank in a short sale package. He put together an offer for $30,000 for the 120 that we owed. And I'm like, bro, what is you doing? Like, they're not going to accept that. That shit might even be illegal. You know what I mean?
Correct.
He said, Chris, let me explain something to you. First of all, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Second of all, it's free to ask. It doesn't cost anything to put this packet together and put this.
That's right.
I mean, it's free to ask. So sit back and watch what happens. Man, send the packet over there. The bank end up calling. They said, you just sent us this offer for $30,000. You know this person is 10 months behind. They owe us $123,000 court costs, attorney fees, back pay, interest accrued, all these what I call BS fees now, right?
Correct.
And they like, we can't do 30. My mentor said, if you can't do 30, I just got one question for you. What can you do? Yo, the bank sent an approval in writing for $40,000. The man loaned it to me, hard money, private money. So interest only. My payment was $400 a month. The lady next door to me, her house was trash, but I know she was paying her landlord $1,100 a month. So what I did was I moved into his building, let the house stay vacant. I think my mom needed somewhere to stay at the time. I let her stay in there. I'm just like, yo, you got to fight the rats every day though, but you can stay there for free. You just got to fight the rats every day.
Correct.
She stayed there for a little bit until we closed. Bro, he closed that deal for me. The bank took 6 figures less than what was owed. And he loaned me all the money. I took that house and I flipped it over to an investor. That's how I got my $20,000. And I stayed in his apartment building and just kept learning real estate. It inspired me what happened to me, that to know that there's so many other people out there going through pre-foreclosure. They don't know that they can just offer the bank this, or they have options, or they can put together a packet, make it look pretty, and like they don't know their options, or they just don't, like what he told me, you just don't know what you don't know, so you fall victim to the results of however it turns out. And just because you ignore the problem don't mean it go away. You know what I mean? So that was a lot of the lessons that I learned, and it really helped me to go back out there into the streets and not just look for wholesale deals now, but to look for short sale and pre-foreclosures where I can go and beat people bank up and save them from foreclosure and letting them work their way to be a homeowner again in like a year or two.
So many good ones in that one. The main thing what I got out of that was just ask, right? You know, you already thought what the bank is not going to do, and he was like, well, we don't know what they're going to unless we ask them. And they came back and gave you a number $10,000 higher than what you originally asked for, and the house is worth this. Awesome strategy. You said, okay, I want to help short people's own short sales. What is the strategy, if you can? Like I said, we're gonna get into the blueprint in a second. What strategies would you give somebody like Chris, right? Hey, Chris, I'm just wanting to get into the game. All I have right now is about $20 in my name. But what I do have, and you hit it on the head, is I have that extra drive and hunger. I'm willing to do anything. What equity could I bring in where I can get on a deal and probably have something like Chris got? What would you tell that person?
Yeah, so you're gonna pay 2 ways, right? You either gonna pay with your money or you're gonna pay with your time. So at the first, in the beginning, when I started, I didn't have any money at all. I ain't had $20. You know what I mean? So when I found my mentor, you know, there was really nothing I could offer him except hunger, you know, showing him that I really wanted it, that my back was against the wall, that I had no other option, you know, that there was no plan B. Plan A just had to work. You know what I mean? It either has to work or it has to work. So I think when my mentor felt that energy, and that guy felt that, like, he could see the desire in my eyes and could see I was not playing. Now he don't know yet, but he could feel it. So my actions on the day-to-day showed it. I would show up. Yeah, I show up to every webinar. I show up to every seminar. I would go find other seminars that I can take him and go with, right? Because he don't like being the smartest person in the room either. He like to learn. You know, multi-millionaires, they always want to learn. You heard what Mark Cuban said. Like, he spent most of his time on courses and shit. You know what I mean? Just so that the next entrepreneur, next investor can't come and beat his ass. You know what I mean? So that's it. I would go find other events to go to and put them on my mentor's calendar and make him come with me to these events. You know what I mean? I would come to him and get my leads list every single day. I was like, you got my list for me? You got my zip code? You got my county? You got my city? You know what I mean? So every day he didn't have to come looking for me. I came looking for him. Okay. You know what I mean? And I made it a point to ask him, how can I add value to you today? You need me to call some numbers? You need me to put some flyers out on doors? You need me to put some bandit signs out? You need me to drive the car, the wrapped car? Like I'll wrap a car, like, and if they're gonna drive it around all day, then go do that. You know what I mean? If you're gonna get leads like that, go do that. Go to other events. Go to these RIA meetings. Take these lists, hit these doors, hit these phones, like, and don't ask for like compensation. How you gonna ask for compensation to work when you supposed to really be paying to learn? So that's the problem I saw when I was in his community. Was people would say they want to learn, then when he come and put them to work, they working so hard. He work them so hard. Remember, Miyagi is
testing them.
It's not fun work. It's ugly work.
Right.
It's not cute. It's not pretty. It's ugly ass work. It's hard work. And if you've never seen a deal close, you don't even know why you're doing these things. You know what I'm saying? And it's so draining and so daunting, and it's tough. People are rude. They hang up on you. They slam the door in your face. They throw your mail outs in the trash. They rip them up. They tell you you're a scam. You know what I mean?
Correct.
All of this stuff, and you want to ask me to pay you, or you want to have me not charge you? Nah, you gotta be Daniel's son. So for anybody who don't have money, who trying to get into real estate, find you a mentor or find you somebody who's in the game doing it at the highest level, and bring as much value to them for as long as you can, and just watch what happens.
I like that. Love that answer. Let me ask you something here. Again, the show is designed for real estate professionals. This show make money outside of having a license, right? So what would you say to a real estate person who's so used to selling property that is licensed? Again, you don't need a license to do a wholesale deal. So what would you say to a real estate professional that wants to make some extra money outside the commission base?
Okay, so when I first got into it, I didn't want no license at all. You know, I just wanted the wholesale. That's it. It was so, blasted on the internet. Wholesaling is the way to go. However, my mentor did have a license, and I seen the difference between having a license, not having a license, and just different things like that. So for the first 3 years, I probably wholesaled 100 deals, and I didn't have a real estate license. But the 4th year, I got the real estate license.
Okay.
Why? Because deals that people didn't want to take pennies on the dollars from, I would see my mentor list them and still get a commission. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn, like you only want to have a couple options for these people, and either you go your way or you get zero. Like, nah, man, I'm gonna spend a couple dollars and some time to go get this license. Therefore, I can offer people many options. You get what I'm saying? Nice. And so I noticed that in my classes, when I would go into the the class with the license and everything, everybody only knows like commission and and working with buyers. And so here I come into class, I'm talking about like other shit. Correct. Lease options, subject. I'm talking about the whole investing plays. And they're like, what is that? What's this? What's that? Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you can't do this. Oh, it's against the law to do that. It's against the law to do this. I say, oh yeah? Man, one time in class, we was in there good though. We like 3 weeks in. So the teacher knows everybody knows everybody at this point. The first day, everybody want to talk. Everybody observing, watching everybody. Yeah, nobody comfortable and shit. Correct. So on the 3rd week, everybody comfortable, everybody good, right? We finna get ready to graduate and go take the state test. So at the end of class, I told the teacher, I said, hey, yo, pull this address up real quick, right? Let me show you something. They pull the address up. And it was a deal the first deal. Okay. And I sold it for 55.
Okay.
So I showed it to him, and it had my name on it. The day I bought it, it had the 16th. And then the day I sold it, it said the 16th. And it had
30 days.
$6,000 to $10,000 spread on there. And it showed that I closed on the same day. I bought it and sold it on the same day. And they like, how you did that? And I'm like, wholesaling, man, y'all ain't listening to me. And so a lot of them had got my phone number after, and they started following me on Instagram and stuff. And realtors started coming to my classes. You know what I mean? And then they started wanting to get into wholesaling. And now having a commission and listings was just like ugly to them. They was like, man, correct. That's all that. I'm with this right here. So exactly, a licensed person, bro, you just got to change their mindset, because they don't know what they don't know, and they're just going and learning from a broker or a real estate instructor who doesn't know any better either. Most realtors don't even own property. Correct. Exactly. Most brokers don't even own their office.
That's right. We own ours here though.
Come on.
That's right.
I mean,
Let's talk about it.
You can't be in real estate and want to teach somebody something, and you're not even owning, bro. You're not even taking advantage of the most lucrative and wealthy spot of real estate, and that's holding on and ownership.
And now you see, ladies and gents, Chris just literally told you all, you got a license, hey, you can do this as well. But I would say check with your state now, because I know in Illinois, wholesaling, you only could do one deal. I think it's illegal, $25,000 fine. They came up with that 2019.
Are you looking to join a winning team? Join us as a broker and receive high-level training, mentorship, and an awesome commission structure. If you're interested, visit www.theheadleygroup.com or call us at 336-904-6212. We look forward to partnering with you.
All right, but yeah, okay, Chris. So, like I said, thanks for that insight on enlightening the real estate professionals. Because like you just said, we get caught up on, hey, I got my license, I can do buy and sell. Because you definitely want to do things the correct way. Again, because you're a licensed professional. But what this brother is saying is that what he's doing is not illegal. It's not unethical, right? It's common. You can do it. But it's showing you, like I said, other ways to make money outside of just, like I said, helping the buyer and seller. Brother, tell us about this 10K blueprint, right? You have this course and you got all this insight, you got a ton of experience. You still there?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. I don't see you. I guess I guess the screen went out.
Oh, the screen went out?
Oh, no, we good. It just went down a little. So let me recap that one. So yeah, brother, you got all this insight, you got all this knowledge. This 10K program you got, this webinar. This here, like the brother said earlier, you have to pay for your education. You got to pay for your experience. It shortens the learning curve. Brother, talk to us about this 10K a month webinar blueprint that can help a new inspiring investor.
Yeah, so the 10K a month blueprint basically shows you how you can make at least $10,000 in the next 30 days using the wholesale blueprint. And I created it because there's a lot of people who inbox me and DM me and see the success and can see the proof. And they ask me how they can get involved, how they can get into it. And I just really don't have time to teach people. And I've been trying to teach people in the past. I'm not trying to, I did. And they just, again, I did it for free. And so a lot of people just didn't pan out. Most of them, 95% of them didn't pan out. I can still count on two hands. I've taught hundreds and hundreds of students. I can count on two hands, maybe one hand, how many people actually closed deals and really took it serious and put the required work in. But those 4 or 5 people who did it, it was crazy because it took me 6 months to do my first deal. It's like now when I teach people, it's like I know what I know now, and they do it in quicker amounts of time. Mm-hmm. And I think I'm like, dang, was I not good back then? Or, like, what was it? But it's like, just like the way my mentor teach and the way I teach is two totally different ways. You know what I mean? I'm actually like, this is what you need to do today, tomorrow. Boom, 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 boom. Play the numbers game.
If they had him, they would have quit.
Yeah, this shit happened quick. So I had a student who I was teaching for free, and he actually knocked on his first door, bro. Set up an appointment. We went and negotiated with the lady in her living room. I had the kid with me, and in like 2 days we found a buyer, and they closed in 30 days. The kid got a check for $12,000. He was 19 years old. He was a college student at the time. He was working as a bus person, and he went home and told his mom. So his mom had ended up coming up to the office, and she was like, "Where's Chris? This and that." And I'm like, "Right here." This white lady, she come in there, and she's like, "Yo, you gave my son $12,000? This and that. Like, he's a college kid. He don't know what to do with 12. Like, what are you doing?" Right? Yeah. Because she was a real estate investor too. She had 5 properties or whatever. But I mean, why he coming over here to learn? Why he ain't learning from you?
Bingo. Exactly.
So he came over. And I said, "Ma'am, with all due respect, I didn't give him anything. He earned it, right?" And so she was like, "Well, what did you do?" You know what I mean? So we had a meeting or whatever. I showed it to her, and I'm like, "You know what? I like that. Like, let's keep doing that." So I was doing it over and over, and like I said, most students like fell off. They didn't want to call, they didn't want to door knock, and I was doing it for free. I spent a lot of my time like doing this shit. Another kid had closed the deal for $20,000. We split it in half, 10-10, and I just saw people just coming through, and we was closing deals. So this year, start of 2022, I said, you know what? For myself, I'm gonna take a step back from coaching and take a step back from that. Just focus on getting in the room, purchasing courses and getting my self-development up. I'm in a $30,000 inner circle program right now.
Nice.
and just working on.
Is it called GoBundance?
Huh?
Is it called GoBundance? I'm just curious.
No, it's called the passive income ladder.
Okay.
The ladder to passive income. Dana Christian. She out of Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I really just wanted to focus on myself, focus on building and my relationships, like with brothers like you and just
That's right.
Dana, and this whole year was just focused on me self-developing myself. So what I found out is that there's a right and wrong way to do mentorships. I didn't know that. I thought, somebody want to learn, you just teach them.
Correct.
You don't pay, they don't play. They like, how many students you done taught? I'm like, bro, I don't know. It's like 500. It's 7 years. You know what I mean? They're like, how many actually closed the deal and still with you and still working with you? I'm like, probably none, right? Like somebody who closed the deal, probably 5, but they ain't with me no more. Like they got their money and they hard ass.
Correct. Yeah.
Any students who closed the deal with me for free, they did their deal, they got their money, and I never heard from them again. You know what I mean? So I got real down about that shit. So I said, let me step back. Let me go do all this, do. And they like, nah, this is how you got to do your stuff. You got to have links. You got to have a Facebook group. You got to have this. You got to have that. You got to have structure. You got to have a curriculum. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Take everything in your mind, put it, structure it, put it in the right path, and you'll see more production out of your students and more community. So I'm like, okay, bet. So I launched, right? Like 3 weeks ago, I had launched.
Okay.
And I had did my first free webinar.
Okay.
100 people signed up for the webinar, but only 33 showed up. I guess I didn't really know how to do the shit.
Okay.
So there was a guy who I did a one-on-one coaching session with right before I launched my mentorship. His name is Daryl. He's out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
And Daryl, it was something different about Daryl. You know what I mean? When we did the one-on-one. Now, let me remind you, he did not go through my 4-week program.
Okay.
He did a one-on-one, which is just a 1-2 hour session for $1,000. So he paid me $1,000. We did the one-on-one. I show him all my wholesaling stuff, right? This man goes out, you know what a PPC lead is, right?
Correct. PPC, actually, I don't. No, I don't. Educate me on that.
It's called pay-per-click.
Oh, pay-per-click. Okay, gotcha. I've heard of it. Okay.
So they got these pay-per-click sites you can get leads off of. And so he got his first lead off of there and he contracted her. He told me she under contract. So I'm like, dope, that's what's up. Put it on Facebook Marketplace, go find a buyer. Man finds a buyer. And like, Chris, I close tomorrow. I'm like, really? Cool. Show me the check when you do it. Let me do the testimonial for you.
Okay.
For my mentorship. He's like, yeah, bet. Boom. Tomorrow comes, this man does it. He sends me the video of the testimonial and the check. Bro, the check was for $40,000. He shows the check. He said, yo, my first deal. He said, shout out to that boy C Mills. I just closed my first wholesale deal. He took my Turo one-on-one too. We do Turo too.
Turo, the cars. Okay, you do that as well. Also.
Yeah, I'll talk to you about that later, right? So he took the Turo. He did both the one-on-ones, 1,000 each. 1,000 for the wholesaling mentorship. 1,000 for the Turo.
Smart.
The man got 4 cars, bro.
Wow.
Man said, boom, I made 4K on the Turo mentorship. I doubled back. He's saying this in the video. I doubled back and boom, I did my first deal, wholesale deal, $40,000. Y'all go holler at that boy, Chris Mills, right? So I had to call him. I said, hey, where my half? No, I'm playing.
Exactly.
But then the kid end up, right? He like, Chris, that ain't it. I got another one under contract too.
Nice.
I'm like, where? So he's like, yeah, close next week. I'll send you the video. Next week comes, he sends me the video, right? Yeah, I just got another check. Shout out that boy Chris Mills. Check it out. $30,000.
Wow, kudos that brother did, man.
And I just made $70,000 in 60 days after taking Chris one-on-one mentorship. Chris, shout out to you. I said, oh, I'm doing the mentorship now.
Nice,
doing the mentorship now. So I did my first free webinar, and it's a 4-week mentorship. We meet every Tuesday and Thursday, and then after it's over, they can jump back into the next calls.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they have unlimited access to the next calls. Every time I do another 4-week mentorship, they can hop back in and go over what they did it. Add them to the Facebook group. All the recordings go to the Facebook group.
Nice.
See it again.
Nice.
And, Yeah, bro, it's crazy. I give them access to my purchase agreement, my assignment agreements. I give them my motivated seller script. I show them how to make an offer, get the maximum allowable offer. I show them how to find leads, how to find deals, how to analyze them, research them, how to use prop stream, build lists, the whole nine.
Nice. And the numbers is on the site, I guess, because I don't like what is the numbers, if you want to ask or not?
The numbers, what you mean?
The price for the course and everything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the price for the course is $3,000. I always
$3,000, okay.
But usually when they come to the webinar, I'll offer some half off discount code so that the people who purchase like that night can get it for the $1,500. But if they wait for the next day, then I gotta reward people who take action because I'm an action taker. So there's a difference between those two type of personalities. Somebody who acts now and somebody who acts later and says, I'm gonna wait. I believe the person who acts now should always be rewarded for that.
I like that. Well, let me ask you something here. Speaking to so many courses out here, Chris. Again, we want to keep it all the way 100 for our audience. Yeah. So many courses, so many gurus out there, YouTube. People get so influx of, I don't know who's the real deal, right? Because you got people that take pictures in front of pretty cars, in front of buildings and say, hey, buy my course. But I would say, and again, I think it's a fair question, what separates you from the phonies out there in terms of this is the real deal. You're going to benefit off of this course.
I mean, the thing about it is, bro, when people text me stuff like this, right? And they say, what they say? He said, bro, you helped me make almost.
Actually, you posted that. I was gonna say something about that. Yeah.
He said, bro, you helped me almost make $100,000 in 60 days.
Wow. Nice.
And he said, whenever you need, what he said, for sure. Then almost 10K in Turo, right?
Wow, nice.
So 10K in Turo, 70K in real estate, 80,000. And he put the days right there, in 60 days. You helped me make $80,000. He said, whatever you need from me as far as a testimonial, as far as whatever,
That's it.
So when I read shit like that, bro, it's just like, man, like people really is being impacted from my experiences.
Nice.
What God put me through, He put me through so that I can touch cats like him. Yeah, cats like him, bro. And oh man, you gonna lose your mind.
I know, brother. It's like, go ahead.
The man just had a brand new daughter last week.
Oh man. Congratulations to him. Blessings, man. It just lined up for him.
It's Jesus, bro. There ain't no
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Chris, look here, brother. Let me tell you something, man. We got to have a part 2 with you soon, because, brother, you have enlightened the audience with so many great jewels, man. Again, I look at you like as a friend met you at Invest Fest. The energy, the authenticity is there. You know, you shared your story. You shared exactly how going through that process of the Mr. Miyagi, just what I got out of all of that, the hunger and drive, which you can't teach that. Like you said, you had 100-something people sign up, but only I think 4 or 5 of them really kind of went through, and you had this success story. I think no course can teach that drive. That has to be inside of a person. It's like you was inside with your mentor. Brother, like I said, you really enlightened us, and I would say, where can the people find you at outside of just where can the people find you?
Yeah, so you can find me on IG, on Instagram at Real Estate Mills, Mills, MILLS. And if you click the link in my bio, I actually give away a free 3-step wholesale guide to your first and next real estate deal. So that's for you guys. You can have that for free. And then I mentioned to you, my brother, that I definitely want to be able to give them a discount if they want to take it to the next level and really get some hands-on mentorship. It's 4 weeks. We meet two times a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. You basically get everything that helps me be successful. You get everything, basically. And what you want to give them, like
well, brother, listen, man. Let me tell you something. Whatever you willing to offer, you've offered us so much of your story, your success, or whatever you want to give to the peoples, man.
What I give my students at the end of the webinar, the half off code, I'll give you the half off link as well. So anybody who, you know, that like when I say, oh, act now, or back up to 3,000, y'all could, if they tune into your podcast and they support you, they can get it for 1,500.
Wow. You see, you hear that, peoples? So that's why one supports another. And the brother said he's willing to give you half off. When is that webinar?
We just did it yesterday.
Okay.
I gotta announce when the next one is. It probably would be in like 2 weeks, but y'all just go follow me. I do them every week or every bi-weekly. It's free. You come in, it's about 2 hours. You just register, sign up, get your notebook, and I give $50,000 worth of game on the free.
Wow. And they can find that on, I guess, your page. Is that correct?
Yeah, or you could write down this site. It's called Mills 10K a month blueprint.com.
Okay.
Mills 10K a month blueprint.com.
And we'll have that inside the show notes as well as we get going. But brother, listen, man, we asked every guest to give us 2 golden nuggets. You gave us about 10,000. So just give us one good, quick golden nugget, whether that be a book, scripture, or quote, just anything from your mentor. Go ahead and go.
Yeah, the thing about it is, what you want to do is, like this brother said right here, there's no mentorship that you can pay for and be successful in if you don't really believe in yourself. And I know that's cliche, everybody, believe in yourself, this and that, but honestly, that's the facts. You know what I mean? I didn't want to get a mentor or pay for mentorship in the beginning, and that's because I didn't have it. But I replaced that with my hunger to learn and my hunger to work, and the value of that actually ended up being more than I would have paid for any mentorship. I brought way more value to that mentor than anybody could pay them for. If that makes sense. You get what I'm saying? So if you want to be great, you need to find out how can you bring value to the marketplace or bring value to another person. You know what I mean? You want to do what they do. You want to emulate their results. It's not just a snap and it happens. Get in that person's circle. Get in the room and figure out how you can bring value and be value to somebody and add value. That's the only way that you're going to learn and progress and grow. And then latch on to somebody that you feel is authentic, that you feel walks the walk, talks the talk, believes in God, has great morals, has great, just deals with people a certain way. Because you got some people who are rude and deal with people a certain way, and I really don't like those people, because here God done put you in a position of power, and you give away negative energy to people who look at you in this space. You know what I mean? And a lot of people do that. So when I get to that spot of seniority, or I get to this guru spot or whatever, I want to make it a point to pull others up. You know what I mean? That's the only way that you can be great. Find you a mentor, lock on to them, and add value. Not to just the mentor, but to yourself. You know what I mean? That's it.
Brother, let me tell you something, man. You light us so much stuff, man. Like I said, now you are an alumni to the show, and we got to get you on the board real soon. We want to definitely give a shout to, like I said, Chris Mills with Mills Estate LLC down in Tampa. But that brother can help and enlighten you with this course.
Thank you,
brother. Thank you, and we'll see you all next time on the Headley Group Real Estate Show. You guys take care.
Mills.
That's right.
Hey gang, I hope you really enjoyed that show. Our guests provide us some great tips and insight, and please support them on all social media platforms. And while I'm saying that, support us on all social media platforms, and don't forget, watch the entire video on YouTube. We'll see you next time.